Right. Okay. Thank you. We're back in open session. So this is a continuation of the meeting of the Overview and Scrutiny Committee, Norfolk District Council, on the 11th of October. And we are dealing with item 16, which is the corporate plan for 2023 through to 2027, and the annual action plan and the processes that flow from that. We've had a discussion of an hour and a quarter, and we've had a very fruitful, I think, discussion in terms of processes and what we need to do next, or what we could do next, and something around the priorities and the way in which we might move forward. We've certainly had some very positive comments with regard to the 5 thematic workshops that were held. They were cross-party, involved officers and members from all parties. We have got before us a list of points that came from those, and we also have a situation where I think the leader is open to receive any further ideas that we might have with regard to priorities and projects that we might believe could be accommodated within the action plan. So there are opportunities even after this meeting for those to be taken into account. So I think in respect to the recommendations, our recommendation that we have before us today is that the Overview and Scrutiny Committee is invited to comment upon the outcomes of the recent workshops, and to that extent I think we've done that. So they were staged to discuss issues and actions under each of the 5 themes of the recently agreed corporate plan, 23-27 draft plan, and to provide comment and make recommendations to Cabinet, which has responsibility for agreeing the priority actions or projects for inclusion in the annual action plan for 2024-25. So I think, unless anybody else has anything else to add to what I've already said, have I missed something out? No. Are you, can I have a proposer then that we go with that recommendation?
Chair, you've read out a recommendation, you haven't read out a decision of the committee. I think that's where we need to change the wording or the emphasis. So that's a recommendation to you. You need to come to a clear view as to a decision, and that's a proposition that then moves to the vote.
I thought we were moving to that decision.
I have that written down as was discussed in private session, if you'd like me to repeat that. So it's that the Overview and Scrutiny Committee positively commented on the workshop process and the inclusivity of that, but felt it was premature to comment on proposals at this stage, but accepted that the leader would accept further comments up to the point of approval in November.
I think that's a sound recommendation that you can vote on, because the other one is just invited to comment, and so you previously hadn't expressed a comment. So I think the scrutiny officer has put forward a solid proposition which you should move to the vote on, if that's what people agree.
Okay, thank you for that. So can I have a proposer with respect to that? Councillor Fisher, you remain a proposer, is that right? Can I have a seconder? Councillor Boyle. Can I have a show of hands to accept that? That looks unanimous to me. Okay, thank you very much indeed. That concludes that item. I think it only there's no other items on our agenda, but I think it only remains for me to, before I close the meeting, I'm aware that this is the last meeting of our scrutiny officer, who is leaving us for pastures new. It would be, I think, entirely appropriate to express publicly our thanks for the committee, to your good work over the past, certainly in my time, 4.5 years. You have supported us very well. You have exercised, I think, a good deal of common sense and pragmatism to some of the discussions that we've had, and sometimes bringing them to a meaningful conclusion is not the easiest thing, but you've been very helpful in that regard. And certainly for me, and I know I speak for the vice chairman of the committee as well, we have found you particularly helpful during pre-agenda meetings, and we will miss you, but you go with our very best wishes. So thank you very much indeed, Matt, for your good work. Thank you.